Hey, welcome back to another video. I have found a new game to play recently, which is quite fun, and it's called Planet Coaster. I don't know if you've heard it. Essentially, theme park tycoon game. And basically, how this series is going to work is that I record in the mornings before I go to school, to about an hour 15. Then after school, I take it, turn the video up by about 700%. So basically, make it faster, and so it's sped up. So this took about an hour, 15 minutes to record, and you're seeing about 11, maybe 20 minutes of footage. So basically at the moment, so I'm very new to this. I bought it about a day ago or two. So you can see me trying to readjust the camera and all the rest of it, and trying to get to grips with the game, because at this point in time I do not know how to build. Figure it out. But it took ages just to figure out how to properly build. And then so I have this idea at the start of the entrance. You come in and then you go through this tall kind of castle thing. You have the two castles stretching up, and then you have a walkway going over with some fences on it and all the rest of it. And that took so long purely because it wasn't straight. So I needed to as you can see here, I tried to look at if I could put a gate over, and I was very dumb. So if you look here, you see what I'm doing. I see that you can put that arch in the middle, but I want a walkway over it, not just a thin strip over. So I eventually delete that. And at the moment you can see me kind of fiddling around trying to get it on, and it's honestly really hard to get it on because it keeps glitching up to the top, and then I finally get it, and then I realise it's not lined up properly. So I try moving the castle, and I move it, and then as you can see, it ain't straight. It ain't straight, which isn't a very good thing. And I connect it, and it looks meh. It looks, honestly, that looks horrible. That does, now that I think about it. I don't like that at all. And then I try to connect it to the side, but eventually I move it, and then I figured out that I've got to use the. So basically, to move it better than I'm moving it now, you've got to use a smaller grid size. So I'm using 4 meters, I put it down to 1 meter, and then move it. And so kind of my visions with the park are kind of just to make something nice people can visit and enjoy and all the rest of it. And my first video in 4 months. It's been ages since I last uploaded, to be honest. And it's quite nice to be back, I suppose. I'll try to be uploading on this series every day. Trying to put out videos every day on this. And eventually, I guess the end product will be a nice finished park. And so I want to discuss the ideas I currently have. So at the moment, I kind of want to make an entrance like this. So I want to have the entrance gate, and then I want to have 2 paths splitting away from each other, some grass in the middle, or some trees, and then they join back together again. And then on either side you have buildings and stuff, and then you split off into 2 areas. And I guess one of my favourite parts about this is the go-karts. So I might try and make or recreate Monaco and the Grand Prix circuit at Monaco, because it's really nice and it's really perfect for go-karting. And I've seen people do it, and I want to try and recreate that. And And then I just want to have a few roller coasters, some themed stuff. I'm thinking of theming right off the get-go, so you have buildings going over and all the rest of it, and banners and stuff, and it'll all be amazing. Or at least it should be. Now, I mean, it probably won't be, but yeah. And so Planet Coaster is a theme park building game. You try to build theme parks and roller coasters and stuff. And finally, you see that I actually figure out how to use the building properly, and it took forever because I'm extremely new to this, so I wasn't very good at it. But in a second, you'll see I eventually figure out how in the world I'm supposed to do this. And honestly, I quite like the design for it, because I put the grid lower, and then so it's not perfectly equal in the center, and I put that, and it's too far out. But I like the height of that. It's quite nice height. It's not too high, it's not too low, and I make it look like it goes inside. So if you look, I like how that is, so I try and line that one up as well. It's not very easy. It's not very easy at all to do it. And if you can see a bit of the arch on the right's inside, and more of it is on the left. And I don't like how it's not equal. And so what I try to do here, I try to put some flooring in, but you can't. There's not like an option for that. So I eventually give up on that search. The music in this game is weird because it's like when you start, you know, in the menu you hear the music, and then you go in, and there's no music for like 15 minutes or so, and then there's music that comes on and starts playing all the rest of it. So yeah, now eventually I figure out how to move the castles closer to each other, because I'm not very smart. And so yeah, right here, this is one of my favourite parts about this. I try using a wall, and I can't. So instead I use these, which you like put on the sides of houses. It's like, well, there's a corner, you put it on the side of the house, and then yeah. So I line that up, and it's supposed to look like, you know, on castles you have like the weird thing going up to protect you from falling off and whatnot, and that looks quite nice. So I'm really liking it, and the colours look quite similar, and it looks really good. And it looks really nice on both sides. And so after this, you know, we've got to have like a kiosk, or yeah, you've got to have information place, and I haven't played around with this. This is literally my first map, so I have no clue what I'm doing, and you can tell. So this is a voiceover if you haven't already told, you know. And I'm looking through what kind of things I can build. So yeah, and I'm not going to be using pre-built buildings unless it's for decoration. If it has a use, I'm building it on my own. So yeah, this I have to kind of explain. So what I do is I put a house here, and you see the archers behind the archers. Now what I try to do is I try to join the path up, and then I try to put like ATMs inside, but it can't because the path is obstructed and whatnot. So eventually, yeah, I try to put the safes in, and it won't let me because, you know, obstructed. So I remove the paths, and I accidentally remove a couple of the archers, one of them without knowing or noticing, and I still can't put it in. So eventually I give up, as you can see, and I'm gone to building my own kind of building. So I mean, yeah, and honestly the game is like a big challenge. It's quite hard to get everything perfect and the rest of it, but it is really fun. I really enjoy it. And this is kind of like just the entrance at the moment, so I'm trying to like, what you do is you walk in and you have like stuff on either side, and it'll look really cool eventually, and I'll build it up, and it'll be like a small ceiling, and I have like a chandelier, and then like the rest of the house is all decoration, looks really cool, goes really high, and then yeah, eventually it'll look really nice. And so now what you see me doing is putting ATMs in. I do kind of mess up on the ATMs because you'll see in a second. And the paths, they look straight, but they're not. They're just about not straight. Now, if you look at that, you see that's halfway in the wall. That is a problem later on. So eventually I just give up on that as well. Hang on. Yeah, so I do that one. And then eventually I have to move everything about and all the rest of it. So you can see now, I'm just putting the ATMs right next to the path because I've given up and trying to put them next to the wall. I might move that, to be honest. Oh, actually, I've just realised we're near the end of the video, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. I hope you've enjoyed. Please say if you've liked this or not, and yeah, goodbye.